these and other concerning allegations, this letter is to inform you that Harvard should no longer seek grants from the federal government, since none will be provided, will cease to be publicly funded institution and can instead operate as a privately funded institution, growing on its colossal endowment, which is very high, and raising money from its large base of wealthy alumni. The endowment is $53.2 billion. It's largely tax-free. So she's saying use that money. She's blasting them for how they handled anti-Semitism on campus and said don't apply for federal dollars.
It's insane. Their response is just breathtaking because it's totally disingenuous. This is what they said in response to that letter. Today's letter makes new threats to illegally withhold funds for life-saving research and innovation in retaliation against Harvard for filing its lawsuit on April 21st. Harvard will continue to comply with the law, promote and encourage respect for viewpoint diversity and combat anti-Semitism in our community. Harvard will also continue to defend against illegal government overreach aimed at stifling research and innovation that make Americans safer and more secure. It is not true that Harvard is a place of diversity of thought. They do not allow conservative points of view on their campus. Right. They don't teach conservative points of views. They don't teach libertarian points of views. It's one school of thought. And by the way, they aren't combating anti-Semitism. And they've made it very clear that they want to be a private institution. So you know what? You have plenty of money, plenty of people that still support this radical agenda. So you don't need our money.
So Bill Ackman, one of the richest men of the country, most successful, he was asked yesterday on CNBC about the tax-exempt status, Harvard's reaction, and his take on the administration taking on Harvard, by the way, Yale and Columbia. Listen.
Fair or unfair to try to take the tax-exempt status away?
I think it's fair. Again, the Harvard became, over time, a political advocacy organization for one party. When a university goes from being a university to, affecting the, becoming a political advocacy organization, it doesn't deserve nonprofit status. I mean, and they have to. Harvard should be a place where students go to learn and the best research gets done. It shouldn't be a place that is allowing, pro-terrorist organizations on campus, and that only allows, certain kinds of thinking and speech on campus. That's a political advocacy organization. It's not a university.
They've done nothing to reform. They just they hired a lawyer to fight. And that's an interesting thing. So I think Linda McMahon forced Harvard right into the turnbuckle, and no one's coming out of the locker room to help.
Well, like she said, it's a sacred responsibility as the administration to make sure your tax dollars are spent the right way.
And that Washington's next.
Look, and I'm sure that's hard for Bill Ackman to say that because he went to Harvard. It's hard to speak against your university, but he realizes it's not fair. It's become a political advocacy group instead of a university. I don't mind if universities teach the liberal perspective, but also teach the conservative perspective, too, at the same time, so that these students get thoughtful debate and they're able to make up their own minds.
And I think Jews should be able to go to campus
and no anti-Semitism.
Well, just I hope they understand that eventually they will lose in court from the standpoint, we don't have to give you money. There is no law that says that the federal government has to give these institutions money, A. And number two, you're not entitled to nonprofit status. There is executive authority when it comes to that, and I think the president is flexing that muscle right now.
And remember last week on the show, we went through the whole list. Even though it took a long time and ate up a chunk of our show, we wanted you to know at home how many different complaints were on that college campus from people who are Jewish. We put it up on this huge board back here of all the different complaints, and there was a long list of things, specific things that students on campus had complained about.
Meanwhile, Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy says he has revoked a teachable moment offer to one of the people allegedly involved in the anti-Semitic incident, one of his bars in Philly. Watch this. Take it.
So this video circulated on social media showing a woman who appears to be a server holding a sign with anti-Jewish message on it.
Brooke Singman has more for us. Brooke?
Hey, guys, Portnoy initially offered to send two people he says were involved in this incident to Poland to tour Auschwitz, the former Nazi concentration camp. Portnoy now saying one of the people involved in ordering the sign at the bar is denying any responsibility and that he was a citizen journalist.
Both of them took accountability. Both of them were like, yeah, we did this. and we're willing to go and try to learn. Then I see a now deleted, I think it was an Instagram or Snapchat story of one of the kids. And he's like, well, you know, I had nothing to do with it. I felt pressured into admitting that I had anything to do with it. This is the kid who uploaded the video.
Temple University is saying one of their students believed to be involved has been suspended as an investigation is underway. Portnoy also now saying the servers displaying the sign were fired. The Barstool founder is now calling out a local ABC news station in Philly, saying a reporter interviewing him tried to pin the blame on the company. Watch.
They give me the reporter's name, and then they do a bait and switch, and a new reporter shows up, and then she shifts, and then she does what a media scumbag does. She pulls a quote out of her from, like, I don't even know, a made-up journal. They say that Barstool Sports creates a culture of harassment, and that basically I'm responsible for this happening at my own bar.
The interview does appear to have been published as of yesterday. Guys.
You know what? Thank you so much for.
Thanks,
I love how honest he is. How he's just like, you're not taking advantage of me. I'm going to control this narrative that's happening in my bar.
Well, it was also an opportunity. He wasn't trying to cancel these kids. What he said is, I talk with them, and I want to make this a teachable experience. Instead, they spit in his face, essentially, and reject his extended hand. He's a Jewish man, I think he is. He's been quite vocal about the causes in Israel. And so he's saying, look, let me give them a tutorial. Let me send them out there to the museum to learn the history. And now they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And to Auschwitz.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Poland.
All right, 15 minutes after the hour. Let's go over to Carly. Hey, Carly.
Morning to you guys. Listen to this. A bond hearing is happening today in Cincinnati for the man accused of intentionally striking and killing Ohio Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson with his car. The deadly incident happened one day after the suspect's 18-year-old son was shot and killed by police during a chase. The fallen officer, a 33-year-old veteran of the force, was directing traffic at the University of Cincinnati graduation when he was hit. He had no involvement in the shooting that killed the suspect's son. The Karen Reed murder retrial continues in Massachusetts today after 6 witnesses took the stand yesterday, including a forensic analyst who testified that she drew a blood alcohol content on Reed of 0.28 the night of the incident, which is significantly higher than the legal limit. Reed is accused of hitting her then-boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, with her car and speeding off. Her attorneys say she was framed by local and state police. And a Pulitzer Prize is being awarded to the New York Times photographer who snapped this iconic picture of a bullet flying behind then-presidential candidate Donald Trump's head at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The failed attempt on President Trump's life resulted in numerous photos of Secret Service agents helping Trump off the stage as he held his fist in the air, yelling, "Fight, fight, fight." Prince Louis stealing the show once again at another royal event, this time by teasing his older brother. This happened at a commemoration of the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. The 7-year-old was seen mocking Prince George with a little hair flip before turning to his dad on the left and brushing off his uniform. Boys will be boys, guys.
Was he mocking, or was he just trying to imitate or do exactly as his older brother?
Yeah, that could have been
He looks at him and goes, huh.
And then,
yeah, let's see it.
It's cute.
It's so great. Even
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's so funny.
Right. You know, he opted no gel, and his brother wanted control of his hair.
look how he's looking.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a little prince. You still give your big brother a hard time.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Meanwhile, 18 minutes after the hour, a German agency labeling the opposition party extremists opening the door to spy on conservative leaders. Does that sound familiar? We're going to tell you what's happening in Germany.
Oh, all right. Sorry, Brian.
That's okay.
Well, he took a long time.
Right? It ended a sentence ago, but he kept going.
Right, I made something up.
Bloviating.
It was my fault. I'm sorry, Brian.
Right.
Plus, Kelsey Grammer is opening up about a shocking personal story. He's been through a lot, and he's going to join us to tell us about it.
In studio.
This program is brought to you by Voltaren, the joy of movement.
Arthritis causes pain in your joints. Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain. penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain and stiffness, so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven, long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
Force Factor Better Turmeric promotes joint health and provides inflammation support to maximize comfort and help you feel great. Why? Better Turmeric contains clinically studied hydrocurcumin for 329% better absorption. Rush to Walmart and find Better Turmeric from Force Factor.
At University of Phoenix, we're earning career-relevant skills with every 5 to 6 week course and updating our professional profiles in weeks, not years, as we pursue our bachelor's and master's degrees. Earn career-relevant skills in weeks, not years, at University of Phoenix.
My name is Mike Hammond, founder of Signal Relief. Much of my career has been working in construction. I love outdoors and horses. That active lifestyle is what has caused my body to hurt. I didn't want to let this affect my family or my life, and that's what motivated me to create a team to build the Signal Relief Patch, clinically proven to reduce the impact of pain. The patch is a game changer. No creams, no pills, no wires. The patch is reusable and there's a real money-back guarantee. Whether it's your neck, back, knee, shoulder, or just aches and pains, this patch can give you your life back. When I gave my best friend a patch with tears in his eyes, he said it was the first time in 16 years he did not hurt. Join the hundreds of thousands who found